Hi guys, welcome to Living the Empowered Life channel. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you content that's empowering, encouraging and inspiring. On this channel I share tips and things to help you to live an empowered life. I also share book reviews of books that I've read in case you want to check them out for yourself. And from time to time when I go out and about, I take you with me to places of interest. So if this is the type of content you're looking for, hit the subscribe button, which is that little button at the bottom of your little screen. And also as well, if you want notifications, don't forget to hit the bell. And if you do like the content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. The thumbs up, guys, don't forget to hit it because it lets the algorithm know that this channel exists. And who wants a channel that helps people to live an empowered life? I'm sure there's loads of people out there that need this type of content. So please, guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So in today's video, guys, I just want to share with you some of my books really, because I've realised I've done over 300 videos since I started this channel back in 2018. I think it's about 310 videos now. I can't believe it. When I was scrolling back through my channel and saw the amount of content and videos that I've done over the years and how I've evolved and grown in my delivery, in my speaking, in the things that I have shared with you guys on this channel, I realised that I haven't really shared with you anything really about my company YEME Empowerment, my books and the things that I've done. So guys, my very first book was released in 2010 and it was my autobiography called Daughter Arise. This is the first edition of my book. So much of a story with this book and how it led up to it, but basically I had gone through some things in my childhood and in the aftermath of that, going through the care system, struggling with mental health, depression and many other things. And in this book, Daughter Arise, I share my journey to encourage and empower other people that have had similar experiences. Now, when this book was released, it was released by an American publisher. And at the time, that was a pretty big deal for me when it was released in 2010. And, you know, it got really good reviews and people really received this book because I think for a lot of people up until this point, they had held a lot of things inside them, especially to do with their childhood experiences. So this book for a lot of people helped them to open up about things that were difficult for them. But it will always be close to my heart. And this first edition, you can't get it anymore. Maybe you might find it knocking around secondhand on Amazon Marketplace or something like that. But what I did, because I had a bad experience with the publishing company who acquired my manuscript to turn it into a book in 2018, when I decided to set up YEME Empowerment. Part of what I do under YEME Empowerment is to publish my books and to publish other people's work. So I decided to give it a revamp, and this was my first book under YEME Empowerment that I released, which is Daughter Arise, the second edition. Now, I wasn't really confident back then in 2019 when I released it to put my own image on the front. So the person who designed my book cover basically found an image for me, and that's the image I have on this book. But I am on the back of the book with my little author bio. Basically it is the same book, but this is the first edition, this is the second edition, but it's basically my story about how I came through the other side of very, very difficult and traumatic circumstances in my childhood. And I will, guys, leave the links to the books in the description box below. You can get these books on Amazon, Waterstones, and also from the YEME Empowerment store. Okay, so I just realised I made a little bit of a mistake. So the Daughter Arise second edition was released in 2018. In 2019, January 2019, I released my second book, Choose Life, which is a practical empowerment workbook for survivors of childhood sexual abuse. So I gave people my story and I saw that so many people came forward and told me about their experiences of going through childhood trauma. I set up the organisation, and then I felt that, you know, from just talking to people, I realised that a lot of people haven't told anybody around them what they had gone through, not even people in their family or in their family circle or friendship circles. So I wanted to give them something to help them to find their voice. A lot of people that I spoke to had gone through this in their childhood, weren't ready to tell anybody about what had happened to them, certainly weren't ready to kind of say that they had gone through this experience. And because they weren't in a position to want to share that and didn't want to share their voice, I wrote this book to help them to start to feel confident enough to do that. Now, I was able to use things from my own experiences of things that helped me to find my voice in the aftermath of childhood sexual abuse. As a qualified trainer and coach, I was able to put together exercises in this book to help the reader to start to think about their experiences and to help them to find their voice and help them to look at ways in order to kind of break the secret that they've been carrying for a long time. Because with carrying a secret like that, when you've gone through childhood sexual abuse, it comes with a lot of guilt and shame. It comes with a lot of burden. So that was my motivation for writing this book. Also as well, I share research that I had done about childhood sexual abuse and shared thoughts and commentary about some of the things that I feel would help survivors to be able to find their voice and to be able to get the support that they need. So, this book for me is very special. I also shared in the book entries from diaries that I kept during a very difficult time in my life. I wanted people to see that my journey where I am today, I didn't just arrive here at the woman I am today. I wanted them to see that I actually went through some dark times and that, my journey was a work always in progress. There was lots of things that I had to do in order to, break away from my past of going through childhood sexual abuse. So this book really is an interactive book for people who have gone through this experience to get involved in. They can do it in the privacy of their home and work on it. And this book has, from the feedback I've got, helped quite a few people. Now, this book is very special to me because this then marked my journey going into a different direction. Now, I did my autobiography, letting people know my story about where I'd come from. I did Choose Life, a book to help people to find the tools to help them to go through their journey. And I deliberately wanted to kind of break away from that now because I felt that I had spoke a lot about my experience of childhood sexual abuse and used those experiences to help other people. So this book for me was really special because it was my first actual personal development book into the unknown, and I absolutely love this book. I love the image. I spent a lot of time looking for this image because I wanted it to capture the journey of courage, faith and risk. And basically in this book I share my experiences of going through different things in life and how having the courage and having faith and taking risks helped me to get through most of them. I also share in the back of the book things for people to keep in mind when they're going on their journey into the unknown, because life really is a journey of being in the unknown. No one knows what's going to happen later on today or tomorrow. Nobody knows. But what happens a lot of the time is that people live in their comfort zone and they never leave it. And I wanted to show people my journey of stepping out of my comfort zone, some of the things that happened, some of the challenges, but how I got through them, and share with them, some of the things I learned from that journey. So this is my first personal development book. I absolutely love it. And it's a book that many people as well have said that it's helped them to find courage in things that they're facing in their life. So the next book is an ebook, and you'll see it here on the screen. It is called an ebook which is for professionals and practitioners to support familial survivors of childhood sexual abuse. So as a trainer, I do a lot of workshops with multi-agency partners which work with different agencies to support children who have gone through sexual abuse. Now, off the back of the workshops that I was doing, I decided from all the different interactions and workshops and activities I did with the trainers to put into an ebook format. So literally it's a list of 50 things to help them to be able to, at a glance, think of something to support that young person. So I felt that this ebook was particularly needed for this set of people that work in this field, work in this sector with children. This ebook is available on my website, but the only people that are really interested in that book are social workers, CAMHS nurses, different people that work with children that have been affected by familial sexual abuse. And last but definitely not least is my last book that was released in 2023 called Exceptional Not Expected. Now this again is a personal development book, and it is a book to help people to live exceptionally and not expected. So as you can see, this is the first book I am on the cover of. I thought that at book 5 I deserved to be on the cover, and you know, I've got a little bit more confident over the years, so I didn't really mind putting myself on the cover. But it's an ordinary woman's guide to living an exceptional life. That ordinary woman is me. I've gone through many things in my life, but I've come out the other side, and I share in this book pieces of advice, encouragement, empowerment, tips to help people to come through whatever situations they're going through. So for example, you know, I share things like what courage doesn't include, and I list what courage doesn't include. I talk about, you know, what courage entails. I share with people about committing to consistency if they want to have success. So really it is a lot of personal development tips for women, but also for men if they want to pick up this book, to help them to live an empowered life. So guys, that in a nutshell is all my books. As I said, they are available on my website, on Amazon, and I'm so excited that I am going to be releasing my 6th book later on this year, probably in September, and it will be an update to Exceptional Not Expected Volume 2, because this is Volume 1. And I'm also working on my 7th book. I've got about 3 books in the pipeline that I am looking forward to, you know, work on. But I want to get this one finished first, and that will be released in September. But I hope that you like my little video, guys, and be sure to check out my books if you can. And I will see you on the next video. Take care.